The encounter it was a crisp autumn evening, and the sun had long dipped below the horizon, leaving the sky a deep indigo. Sarah was driving home from her friend's wedding, the road ahead twisting through the countryside. Her headlights cut through the darkness, illuminating the occasional road sign or deer standing in the brush. The leaves, golden and red, fluttered down onto the road like confetti, and the scent of wood smoke lingered in the air. As Sarah rounded a curve, she spotted a figure up ahead. A woman, dressed in a light coat, was standing by the roadside, her thumb extended in a classic hitchhiker's pose. Sarah hesitated for a moment. She usually didn't pick up strangers, but something about the woman seemed off. She looked vulnerable, almost ethereal, and without really knowing why, Sarah slowed down and pulled over. The woman approached the car with slow, deliberate steps, her face partially hidden by her long, dark hair. When she reached the passenger side window, Sarah rolled it down slightly. "Do you need a ride?" Sarah asked, her voice trembling slightly. The woman nodded silently, her eyes never leaving Sarah's. She opened the door and slid into the passenger seat, the cold air following her into the car. "Thank you," she murmured, her voice soft and distant. Sarah noticed her clothes were soaked, as if she had been out in the rain, though the night had been dry. The journey they drove in silence for a while, the only sound the tires crunching over the fallen leaves. Sarah tried to make conversation, but the woman's replies were brief, almost monosyllabic. She kept her gaze fixed on the road ahead, her hands clasped tightly in her lap. "What's your name?" Sarah finally asked, hoping to break the ice. "Emily," the woman replied, her voice barely above a whisper. "Where are you headed, Emily?" "Just up ahead," she said, pointing toward the darkness. "I'll let you know when to stop." Sarah nodded, though a strange unease was beginning to settle in her stomach. There was something about Emily's presence that felt out of place, as if she didn't quite belong in the world. But Sarah pushed the thought aside, telling herself she was just tired. The car passed an old cemetery, the iron gates rusted and barely holding together. Emily's eyes flicked toward it, and for a moment, Sarah thought she saw a flicker of recognition, a shadow of something unspoken. But then it was gone, and Emily returned to staring straight ahead.